Welcome everyone to the second season of Piney Plays the Dragon Disciple. Yes, I have decided to have a second season where I am starting with my eponymous character, Pineleaf Needles, where I will be taking a Dragon Disciple from 1 through 20. This time I'll be using the same one all the way through the season, and I am going to be going through the story of the Codex. And by the story of the Codex, of course, I also mean things related to those. Thus, we have the gatekeepers also, such as this fine Cregan the gatekeeper right up over here. And we will, of course, be bringing in Vecna, since he's very much tied into the story of the Codex, and the planar eyes, because even they wind up getting dragged into the story all over the place, and perhaps visit one or two other planes that I somehow get into in order to make it. But if there is a quest that's been released that relates in some way to the gatekeepers, to the Codex, to Vecna, to the planar eyes, then I will be running it within the series, and possibly a few others on top of that. So let's get into this, and we're going to start by talking to this gatekeeper because he's going to start me off on my journey. I greet you, traveler. The gatekeepers need assistance with an important mission. We need someone to travel to the keep on the borderlands to recover a page of the Codex of the Infinite Planes. We get started on the Codex right away. If there's nothing tying you here, perhaps a newcomer like you might be willing to help. I would be a fine experience for a novice adventurer. Okay, I might be interested. What is involved? Oh, the Codex page that we seek has fallen into the hands of some evil cultist in a far-off valley. We need you to travel there, defeat the cultists and their monstrous minions, and recover the Codex page. There's a keep nearby, manned by good folk, that you can use as a base of operations while you're there. There's one detail, though, that I must mention. The keep I speak of is not here in Eberron, but rather in a far-off world. However, that need not concern you. I will teleport you to the keep and open up a portal so that you may safely return. Okay, this sounds like my kind of an adventure. Send me off to the keep on the borderlands. I have arrived at the keep, and I'm supposed to find the Castellan, who I presume is this fellow over here, and I suppose that maybe he'll help me? You must have come far, traveler. I can see from your garb that you are not from this kingdom, nor ever from the borderlands beyond. I wish that I could give one who has come so far a better welcome, but our keep is under attack. A foul cult and its monstrous fellows have taken up residence in the caves of chaos nearby. They have assaulted our farmsteads and burned our homes throughout the valley. The residents have been forced to take refuge in the keep. To be frank, traveler, I need warriors here, not more mouths to feed. If you stay here, I will ask you to fight. Well, I suppose so. Well, I'm willing to help, so long as I can keep what I find, and I've been sent to search for a particular artifact. Then splendid! Your term seems reasonable enough, though I'm not sure what sorts of artifacts you'll find way out here in the borderlands. We should start out with something modest. Yes, not everyone is destined as a warrior's life after all. Best to find that out sooner rather than later. Speak to Rolf Acton, the bailiff, and he'll send you to a task to test your mettle. Okay, fine. I think I'm going to be up for this challenge. Now, usually I just grab the lot, but maybe I will at least start by just taking one of them. And which one is this? The Keep Bailiff. All who fight for good are welcome here, adventurer. Are you willing to help us defeat the minions of the cult of evil chaos? Oh, Cult of Evil Chaos. This sounds like somebody who might have stolen a Codex page. Right. Oh yes, anything against these people who have stolen the Codex page, I guess, I'd be willing to help against. We can start you out with something simple. Kobolds, perhaps. Yes, they're small, though cunning in their way. Okay, I could take on some kobolds, no problem. But do these kobolds make up the Cult of Evil Chaos? No. Far from it. The Cult of Evil Chaos is controlled by humans, for the most part. Yet recently, the cult has acquired an army of monstrous followers, kobolds, gnolls, goblins, and more. How they came to control so many, I do not know. I don't know, maybe they have something like a Codex page with them. The cult, and the monster tribes have taken up residence in the caves of chaos nearby. From there, they have laid siege to the valley and driven the peaceful inhabitants into the keep. Okay, so where are the caves of chaos? The caves are northeast of the keep, just over the hill. For a long time, nothing lived in the caverns but beasts. But then, the cult arrived with their monstrous fellows and erected that hideous statue atop the hill. Okay, so what do you need me to do then? The cult's kobolds have been a thorn in our side of everyone in the valley, stealing crops, killing livestock, and ambushing the unwary. While a single kobold is weak, they are many and are cunning in their own way. Be wary, for they love to lay traps at the entrance of their lairs. Wonderful. Still, I'm sure that you're capable of ridding the valley of these pests. You will find them in the kobold caves, in the caves of chaos northeast of the valley. Okay, fine. I will go there and deal with these creatures. Yes. So I think it is time for us to head out to these caves of chaos and try ourselves against the kobolds. And of course, watch our step. As we head out to the Kobold Keep, I'll talk about my plans regarding this character. First off, you'll see right now I'm wearing hand wraps and I have the alternate of using this quarterstaff over here. And those are the weapons that I used in the previous season, with one of the characters using the quarterstaff and the other one using the hand wraps. But for this season, my main weapon is going to be a club or a scepter. And my second, club or scepter with an orb in the other hand. Now, I have taken my first point along the Dragon Disciple tree. So that means that I do have one item so far, and 1 point so far, and that does give me the ability to use clubs and stay centered, which of course is very important if I'm going to use that as my main weapon. And the second core in the Dragon Disciple tree will allow me to use orbs and stay centered. So those are, of course, the two most important things we're going to have here. So one of the things I'm going to be hoping in this particular adventure is to find a club so that I could start using that and getting used to using that as my main weapon. Until then, I will be using the hand wraps, of course. Now, the second note is I'm probably going to use poison as my primary one. I used frost previously for the first season in here, but we want to change things up a little bit in doing that. And I think poison would make a good one because I'm on Pineleaf right now, which is more of a having to do with nature and the like. And I figured that be like a green dragon there, just because nature gets associated with the green dragon, and if nature is associated with green dragons, then I will use as my primary breath weapon the breath weapon of a green dragon.
Caves of chaos, where the cultists and their monster allies have made their base.
So that's my plans at the present. Of course, things could change as things go along, but I think that would work on there. Now, of course, I am going to have the others as secondary things for other circumstances, as I did before, where I would switch to lightning or fire or whatever if the particular circumstance dictated that would be used. Was this are these the kobold caves? Yes, these are the kobold caves. So let's go in and watch our step. While normally I adventure with a cleric, I decided for this first adventure not to have one and see how things go in there. I do have my own healing ability with the bite, so at least we help in that regard. Now, I have to get through. I'm probably not going to be able to do the optional.
Most of the kobolds scramble to defend their cave
because
at the sight of
he
you,
runs a
while
very
one
fast, and I
member
think you need a
scampers
ranged
away.
weapon or have any hope of stopping him. Like, see, I failed to stop him. Because if he rings the bell, then you fail on the optional that he wants, stop the kobold runner, because you're trying to stop him from ringing that bell. And unfortunately, I did not do so. You need to be either very fast or have a good ranged weapon. And a level 1 character, that's pretty tough. Well, at least with this class, because ranged weapons aren't exactly the strong suit of the monk. I suppose I could try the shuriken, but I don't think that would. I usually don't find that works against a fleeing kobold. There we go. That didn't. Wait, I am taking lots of damage here. But I did manage to stop them. So, it sounds like to me that bringing along a cleric would be a very, very good idea on this character. Oh, what is this here? Oh, the iron key. Okay. What's in the treasure? My first treasure chest. At least the first one in a real adventure, other than the Cloak of Attraction. Symphony of... yeah, okay, we're not doing Symphony of the Fae here. Haggle +3, Bluff +3. I'll probably be replacing that quickly enough. Reconstructed gloves. This is the worst set of rewards ever in a first chest. Well, fortunately, I think this key brings me to a second chest right here, because this key unlocks this door. Ouch! Oops. That's probably not a good idea. Thank goodness for monk saving throws. Now, fortunately, this room has something very, very important. Tasty hams. 'Cause I think I'm going to be needing one of these. Because if I remember correctly, see, what does this do? This heals 50 points over 1 minute. Right. Well, I only needed it to heal 35 points. So, that's good enough. Longsword, quartzes, gold pieces. Nothing useful for a monk, at least. See if I can find a scepter, so I could get on with my primary weapon. Now I think this is going to be the big final fight.
An elderly kobold rouses her tribe for battle to defend their home. The kobolds that rally appear stronger and more panicked than the ones you fought before.
Okay. Well, let's go into here and see. Is that it? Oh, that's it. Well, it sounds like I have a hidden here. I'm probably not going to be much for... I'd be good at spot because my wisdom is... was it 18 probably or something like that? Oh, wisdom... 20! Yes, 20 wisdom! Alright, because... you have some sort of effect giving me +2 wisdom in here. Not too sure what, but... it gives you a really high... so 20 wisdom, so... I'm going to be spotting things. Searching them is an entirely different matter because the intelligence is, well, actually 14, which is, yeah, I know I actually put a lot into my intelligence score because I wanted a few extra skills. So that's what helped me on that score. So let's see, Warhammer of Kinetic Lore, yeah, not particularly good on the rewards there. Now I think there might be an optional on the other side that you get for falling into the trap at the very beginning. Now I managed to get by. I don't think they could pull the trap because I think what they do is they pull a lever or something like that. But we do have to. I don't know if there is a chest down here or anything like this, but we might as well do a little extra in here. Well, we have a shrine. Now, I think they... Oh yeah, okay, we have the king of the pile. King of the pile here. Now,
You spy a humongous rat on top of a pile of garbage. It shrieks at you, and its many vassals emerge from the shadows. Now that king rat is dead, long live the new king. You. The first order of business might as well be to survey your domain.
Iron key. Is that another copy of the same iron key we had earlier? Now, I think there's just going to be a couple of random rats down here. And nothing really useful. Actually, there's a secret door here. Actually, I think this is where you get dumped if you land in the pit.
You slide through the muck and refuse into a pool of stagnant slop. It's just not your day.
I think that's done from the point of view that you got dumped there rather than coming down here intentionally. But it looks like that is everything that's in this dungeon here, because I don't think that there are any more chests or the like. So, let's then get back to town. I have cleared out the kobolds. Fine work, Pineleaf. The valley will surely be a bit safer without those pesky kobolds. Here, have this as a reward, and please, speak with the others. I'm sure there are other things that you can do to protect the valley. Yes, I am sure there are. Now, what's the reward then? Deft hand wraps of Vertigo 2. Well, I'm hoping to have something that's not a hand wrap by the time I'm level 2 and able to use that. Quarterstaff, another level 2 there. So this is a level 1 thing. And illusion resistance +1. Devotion 34. Ooh, well, okay. That +1 illusion res thing we'll have to do for now. So I will wear that. Though I'm hoping to replace that at some point in the future. Now, I will hire a hireling. Now this is a TR'd character, which means that I do have money. So, a level 1 hireling, Dryad, Willow Wisp. I'll buy 2 of them. And very often when I do this, I go out and run them all at once and don't come back to the keep, in which case, it doesn't matter how long I take, I only need 1 copy of the hireling. But since I don't have a source to buy a level 2 one, even if I did manage to do that, I will use Will-O-Wisp here. Now, anything else I need? I decided to visit the banker and to pull out the bags that I had from the reincarnation cache, because inventory space is always the big thing with these characters in there. And on top of that, I had in my shared storage a level 1 feather falling boots. I mean, yes, feather falling. Most important trait to have, because I keep on thinking I've got feather falling, and the last thing I want to do is to jump up of a high cliff expecting to land safely and then going splat. So, what's next then? I guess we have to find the Castellan and ask him for the next episode of Piney Plays The Dragon Disciple.